Good morning, Ginette Boudreau here, tuning in from Health Promotion, 14 Wing Greenwood. How are we today? Today I'm going to talk to you about our Monday short with 10, 15, 20 minutes of a little talk here, and we're going to talk about resiliency. And I'm going to give you tips on how to build on it. So, what is resiliency? Resiliency is how people deal with difficult situations and that change their lives. For example, it could be a loss of a job, death of a loved one, serious illness, terrorist attacks, COVID-19, and any other traumatic event. These are all examples of very challenging experiences. Many people react to such circumstances with a flood of strong emotions and a sense of uncertainty. Yet people generally adapt well over time to life-changing situations and stressful conditions. What enables them to do so? It involves resilience, an ongoing process that requires time and effort and engages people in taking a number of steps. Resilience is the process of adapting well in the face of adversity, trauma, tragedy, threats, or even significant sources of stress, such as family and relationship problems, serious health problems, even workplace and financial stressors. It means bouncing back from a difficult experience. Being resilient does not mean that a person doesn't experience difficulty or distress. Emotional pain and sadness are common in people who have suffered major adversity or trauma in their lives. In fact, the road to resilience is likely to involve considerable emotional distress. Resilience is not a trait that people have or they don't have. It involves behaviors, thoughts, and actions that can be learned and developed in anyone at any age. Some factors in resilience. A combination of factors contribute to your resilience. Many studies show that the primary factor in resilience is having caring and supportive relationships within and outside the family. Relationships that create love and trust, provide role models, and offer encouragement and reassurance to help strengthen the person's resilience. I see I have two people, thank you. Other factors that are associated with resilience are the capacity to make realistic plans and take steps to carry them out, a positive view of yourself and confidence in your strengths and abilities. Sometimes we kind of lose track of those. Skills in communication and problem solving. The capacity to manage strong feelings and impulses. All of these are factors that people can develop within themselves. Developing resiliency is a personal journey. People do not all react the same way to a traumatic and stressful event. An approach to building resilience that works for one person may not work for another, and people use a variety of strategies. Some variation may reflect cultural differences. A person's culture might have an impact on how they communicate their feelings and deal with adversity, for example. Whether and how a person connects with significant others, including extended family members and community resources. With growing cultural diversity, the public has a greater access to a number of different approaches to building resilience. Some or many other ways to build resilience that I'm going to talk about may be appropriate to consider in developing in your own strategy. So 10 ways to build your resilience. Number 1 is make a connection. Sorry, I'm moving the table. Make a connection. Good relationships with close family members and friends or others are very important. You need to have somebody to be a sounding board with, right? Accepting help and support from those who care about you and who will listen to you will strengthen your resilience. So that sounding board I was talking about. Some people find that being active in civic groups, faith-based groups, organizations, or other local groups provide social support and can help them reclaim their hope. Assisting others in their time of need can also benefit the helper. So when you're helping someone, it makes you feel good inside. Avoid seeing crisis as insurmountable problems. You can't change the fact that highly stressful events happen, but you can change how you interpret and respond to these events. Try looking beyond the present to how future circumstances may be a little better. Note any subtle ways in which you might already feel somewhat better as you deal with difficult situations. Pay attention to your feelings. Accept that change is part of living. Certain goals may no longer be attainable as a result of an adverse situation. Accepting circumstances that cannot be changed can help you keep you focused on what you can alter. So accept the things that you can't change and change the things that you can. Move towards your goal. Develop some realistic goals. Do something regularly, even if it seems like a small accomplishment. That enables you to move towards your goals. Instead of focusing on tasks that seem unrealistic or unachievable, ask yourself, what's the one thing I know I can accomplish today that helps me move in the right direction, in the direction I want to go? It could be anything from adding more fruit and veggies to your diet, or going for a 10-minute walk, or talking to your best friend that you haven't talked to in a while. Anything at all. Maintain a hopeful outlook. An optimistic outlook enables you to expect that good things will happen in your life. If you constantly have that negative thought in your mind, most likely negative things will happen. So try to look on the bright side of things, even when things are looking pretty shitty. Try visualizing what you want rather than worrying about your fears. As a mom, I have lots of fears, especially with this COVID-19 and returning back to school. So I gotta try to focus on what I can change, and not so much what I can't change. Take decisive actions. Act on adverse situations as much as you can. Take decisive actions rather than detaching them completely. Focus on your problems and the stresses, and rather than wishing that would just go away. Nurture a positive view of yourself. Developing confidence in your ability to solve problems and trusting your instincts helps build resilience. Hi. Keep things in perspective. Even when facing very painful events, try to consider the stressful situation in a broader context and keep a long-term perspective. Avoid blowing the event out of proportion. Look for opportunities for self-discovery. People often learn something about themselves and may find that they have grown in some respect as a result of their struggle with their loss. Many people have experienced tragedies and hardship, even reported better relationships, a greater sense of personal strength, even while feeling vulnerable, increased sense of self-worth, a more developed spirituality, and have a heightened appreciation for life. And the last one is take care of yourself. Pay attention to your own needs and your own feelings. Engage in activities that you enjoy and find relaxing. Me as a mom, or as someone who likes to help people, I often sometimes forget about my own needs and my own feelings, right? And as a mom, you're always putting your children in front and before you. So it's important to take time for you so you can better deal with the situations at home or at work or just life itself. Exercise regularly. Everybody's fitness levels are different. Take the time to exercise. Anything, any kind of exercise. Taking care of yourself helps to keep your mind and body primed to deal with situations that require resilience. Other ways that you can strengthen your resilience is try writing in a journal. Some people write their deepest thoughts and feelings related to trauma or other successful events in their lives. Meditation and spiritual practices help some people build connection with and restore hope. The key is to identify ways that are likely to work well for you as part of your own personal strategy for fostering resilience. Excuse me. So in summary, to help summarize several of the main points in this presentation, think of resilience as similar to taking a raft down a river. On the river, you may encounter rapids, turns, slow water, and shallows. As in life, the changes you experience affect you differently along the way. In traveling the river, it helps you have knowledge about it and past experience in dealing with it. Your journey should be guided by a plan, a strategy that you consider likely to work well for you. Perseverance and trust in your ability to work your way around boulders and other obstacles are important. You can gain courage and insight by successfully navigating your way through the white water. Trusted companions who accompany you on the journey can be especially helpful for dealing with rapids, upstreams, currents, and other difficult stretches along the river. You can climb out to rest along the side of the river, but to get to the end of the journey, you need to get back on the raft and continue. So resiliency is something that we are learning and we have to work on. Okay? So take the time and work on your resiliency. These are uncertain times, they're different, and so it's important. I'm going to put a bunch of CAF online resources and Nova Scotia resources on my website, the Facebook page, 14 Wing Health Promotion, family information lines, kids helpline, the information for 14 Wing Greenwood MFRC. On Thursday, Lisa will be up at 10 o'clock and she will be talking about, I don't remember, I apologize, I don't remember what she's talking about. But she will be on at 10 o'clock and I'm sure she'll have something exciting to talk about. Thank you for tuning in, and let's do this together. Let's work on our resiliency, see how we can make things better. Thank you for tuning and take care.